I'm coming to you with the bonnet on and everything. At this point, I'm kind of annoyed or frustrated at the fact that we still have to explain certain things. Certain things that is general information that you would think that certain people will be aware of. I don't understand what people don't get why Colin Kaepernick kneeled. I don't understand why people aren't understanding what our plight is as black people and what we have experienced in this country, and why I don't understand why do I have to keep explaining why the 4th of July doesn't register with me at all. I think they're calling it now Black Family Barbecue Day. They're calling it Juneteenth Part 2, whatever. I just can't acknowledge it, and I don't understand why people think that kneeling or not standing during the national anthem is such a attack on the American flag in this country. People want to bring up military, like, oh, military have members of the military have went out and they fought and they've died for this country, for our freedom, and blah blah blah. But it's just a thing where that flag represents a time that black people were tortured, murdered, and oppressed. Francis Scott Key is the writer of the Star Spangled Banner. He owned slaves. After the war, they saw the American flag flying high, and even though bombs were bursting in air, the flag still was there. So it inspired him so much to write that song. He owned slaves. He saw slaves as untrustworthy and inferior. So when he wrote that Star Spangled Banner to honor America and honor the flag, that land of the free and home of the brave, that didn't include us. Because he owned slaves, he was a racist. So he was writing a song of liberty for white Americans. Because back then that's what it was. It was that back then. Now it's year 2020 and a lot of things have changed. There's a lot of progress that's been made. But we still have far to go. But I feel like in saying that, how about the national anthem change? How about we change that? We changing logos. We're changing, we're changing names of things. We're tearing down statues. We're just doing a whole lot of stuff. Why don't we just go ahead and change that? And while I'm on the subject, we want to talk about Black Lives Matter, but black people, we have to matter to each other. It's no reason why there should have been an 8-year-old girl murdered this weekend, because people are just sending bullets wherever. We have to watch after each other and be there for each other. You know what I'm saying? We can't fight the real enemy or go for real justice if we're killing each other. We can't do it. It's not going to work. That doesn't work. So I want to encourage us to just be supportive of one another. And all this black on black crime and all this shooting up and bombing hoods and shit and talking about my set, your set, man, fuck that. We got to be better than that. You know what I'm saying? And they want to make a big fuss about the Black National Anthem being played in the week 1 of NFL games. I even heard some people say they wouldn't watch the NFL. Oh, the NFL doesn't have a supporter anymore because they're going to play the Black National Anthem. Do y'all know that the National Anthem was not written for our ancestors, for the people who were alive at the time? It wasn't written for us. It wasn't written for us. So we had to have our own thing so that we could lift ourselves up. Because the world was so busy oppressing us, we had to lift ourselves up. And I don't understand what people don't get. Like, why are people so confused? They want to say, well, black lives don't matter. All lives matter. All lives don't matter, bruh. They don't. They don't. And this is something I've always felt. When I was younger, with my hand over my chest, saying the Pledge of Allegiance when I went to school, and me singing the national anthem at events and stuff like that, I would just be like, this is not. I always felt off. I always felt like, no, this is something else to this. This isn't it. This isn't my country. You know, we got to understand, slaves were stolen from their land. Not only were we stolen from our land, but Christopher Columbus basically took ownership of a land that he didn't even like own in the first place. There were already Native Americans here when he discovered it. So you stole us from our land, then you took the land that belonged to other indigenous people, and you want to claim it as yours, and then you wonder why we feel like we don't fit in the framework of America.
Right now at T-Mobile.
Because we're automatically treated differently. What is so hard to understand about that? And what is so bad about the Black National Anthem being played before an NFL game? It's only week 1. How many games are in week 1? Come on. And y'all really making a big deal? Like, come on. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. It just isn't that. It isn't that deep. And I don't know. At this point, I'm tired of explaining things to people. I'm just tired of it. We don't fit in the frame. We weren't meant to fit in the framework of America. Now they're trying to make room for us. I mean, a lot of acts have passed, a lot of progressions made, like I said. But you got people that's blocking out the Black Lives Matter murals. You got people defacing those murals, and it's like you took all that time to do that when that mural wasn't even bothering you, but you're doing free labor for the city. Congratulations. I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm just tired of explaining myself. And if you don't know now, then now you know. And if you don't know by now, then I don't know what to tell you.